Dr. King said it well years ago. He said, I'm not so much concerned about the negative noise of the bad people. I am concerned about the deafening silence of the good people. The good people have to stand up, be they black, white, red, brown, yellow. The good people have got to make a difference. If one goes back at that time period, you know the struggles that African Americans were waging, the dogs, the hoses, the resistance to voting rights, etc. Medgar Evers had been shot and killed in his driveway for trying to register people to vote. 4 little girls had been bombed out in that church in Birmingham. Cheney, Goodman, Schwerner, Viola Liuzzo, all those things were just really upon us. And so within this maze comes Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Folk in the North were looking at all the activity in the South and saying, we got to do something. We just can't see this live and in living color on TV every day. 50 years ago, they didn't have the internet. They didn't have faxes. They didn't have emails. They didn't have cell phones. What they had was the will to bring about change. Marching calls attention to the issues that are at hand. Marching allows you to organize people, to mobilize people. It draws national attention to the forefront of your issue. Fair Housing Act, Title IX, affirmative action. Those were things that came out of the movement of Dr. King because of the marches. Everybody in the world models themselves after the civil rights movement in America. Folks in China, folks in Russia, folks in South and Central America. The United States and the movement here is the model. The theme 50 years ago was jobs, justice, and peace. There's still the great need for jobs, justice, and peace. Everything changes, but everything remains the same. And one of the things that must not occur is that all the gains that Dr. King made, the voting rights, the fair housing, the jobs, the economic and political opportunities should not be just thrown away. We must seize upon the impetus of the dream and what he did and create a plan for work and change and correction, not just a commemoration, but a continuation of the work of the dreamer. We want America to be great in its service, in its opportunities, in its application of the democratic principles to all of its people. There's room for all of us to partake in this land of the free and the home of the brave. That's what Dr. King was about. If you don't like marching, walk. If you don't like walking, trot. If you don't like trotting, stand up in your office and just say you're not going with this regular program. If you don't like that, if you don't like the NAACP, join SCLC. You don't like SCLC, join your church. You don't like your church, join a fraternity for a sorority. You don't like that, join the Boy Scouts, girl. Join something. With all the issues that we have, there's a need for us to still fight against discrimination, anti-Semitism, to fight against sexism and racism, and to fight against those who would make us somewhat of a deficit because we have certain gender preferences. Dr. King was for all people, and so in that spirit, we still find the need to reach out and to touch all people. That's what the dream is all about. That's what the work is all about. That's why we march, not just to have some folk marching, but to have folk working about all the things that we need to change.